things kind of calm down or settle down, and you really got to see them like actually love on each other, if that makes sense. That's my thoughts on I guess Shelby and Quentin, and that because I kind of I wrote my little notes down. I kind of remember, jotted little notes down. But Quentin, at first I was like, man, Quentin, he was a messy ass dude.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Quentin kept it very real. He kept it very real, and he would call people out on their actual stuff.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do it directly necessarily. He would do it to them directly, but he would definitely throw a bomb in the room. Like, hey, man, you need to holler at Lance about that. And so those are my thoughts on him.
Do you feel like he's that one type of friend that everybody needs? Somebody that's just gonna keep it real and tell you this is what it is, and you need to get your shit together?
Absolutely. I want that. That's the kind of stuff I appreciate in my life.
Yeah.
Somebody that's gonna tell me, hey, Rick,
yeah,
where you at? Well, you need to. And I do have friends that are like that with me now.
That's good.
I appreciate that. You know, I have men that are around me. They're like, hey, Rick. You know what I'm saying?
That is a blessing. Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that because I'm not perfect, don't know everything.
Do you think that? What do you think about Quentin in the beginning when he was with the other girl? And it was like he was in this daze. Like the whole time I felt like, is there something in that sage? Like, why is he acting like that? Like he was just so zen and just weird. Like what on earth was going on?
I don't know. And that part there kind of, maybe he was trying to do something different. I think that he was probably more so driven by his father. And trying to fit into what his father wanted and not what he wanted. And I think the whole time he was talking about it, you could tell that he didn't really want that girl. It was because I think it was all because of what his father wanted.
Yeah. I guess she was like the Beyonce of whatever. And so it's like, oh, she's in there. So this is going to build our hotel brand a little bit more. So yeah, I could see that. I was kind of afraid that he was going to be that way throughout the whole series. I didn't know he was going to snap out of it. Did you think he was going to stay like that? Or you already knew? Like,
nope, I didn't think he was. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt anybody. I didn't.
No, you're fine.
Only because like the little sidebar conversations that he would have even when they went to that resort. You know what I'm saying? He was still him. It was still in there. I didn't think he'd be like that the entire time. And then obviously it was predictable that Shelby was going to show up, and things was going to change. But yeah. I'm glad he snapped out of that.
Okay. I could tell Shelby was going to show up.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean,
she kept calling. Huh?
I'm sorry. I mean, but if we bring it around to like a realistic aspect, right? How many times in life people go through certain things, especially now with the different generations that we have and them experiencing things and finding enlightenment. Yep, I did air quotes. Them finding enlightenment. And once they find it, it's like a whole new world opens up to them. And they think, oh, well, this is the true me. But it always takes that one person that has to ground you. So I think that was a good point in the movie where it showed that, hey, it's a lot of things that's going on in the world right now, and you may go along with the process or go along with the trend that's happening. But if you have somebody that's there, that's your grounding, that's not afraid to step up and say, hey, come back. Come. This is you smoking mirrors right now. I need you to come back down to reality. I understand it. I love your enlightenment. I love the visions that you see, but you can still be you. And still have a respect, or you can still go through that process that's needed, but you can still be you and not have to change so drastically. So I think that part of the movie, it really did highlight a lot of the things that's going on in the world right now. Because you have so many people and they're like, oh, well, I'm so enlightened. I don't do this anymore. I don't do that. I'm such a different person. No, the real you still lives there. It's just you don't know you haven't learned how to balance it yet, where you could still be you and still be enlightened at the same time. That's how I view that. But you know, Shelby was his kryptonite. Shelby, she said she wasn't going nowhere.
I really like that perspective. I'm just listening though. I like that.
Yeah, Shelby said she wasn't going nowhere. Shelby said this is mine.
She said you take that.
Yeah, you can take this unicorn and put it somewhere else. I don't care.
But you're so right about that though. You are so right about that. I like that though. I like that. I like that perspective. Absolutely.
But it's like she had to fuck him to bring him back to himself. Like, after
something
she melted that thing, he was like, "Oh shit."
Well,
remember.
So do you feel like maybe they were kind of a little bit toxic, but then when they got married, it's like you could really. What I really like was when they got married, we was able to really see them love on each other.
Yeah,
I do agree 100% what you said. You know, people get into this. Oh, I'm enlightened. They're like, oh yeah, that's very well put. People get in that. Oh, I'm on this or whatever. But that real them is still there, and I think it is awesome to be enlightened and all these other great things or whatever. But I also thought that it was a lot of his father wanting to increase or build that brand.
I think that was a part of the enlightenment for him. Mm-hmm. You know, I think that was a part of the process that he had to go through. Because if we really look at it, and I like comparing movies to day-to-day real life, you know, regardless if it's a fairy tale or fiction, whatever the case may be, there's always some reality tied to it. I mean, in reality, what is half of the world trying to do? They want to be themselves, but they want to please their parents. Mm-hmm. And if they're not pleasing their parents, they want to please somebody or the in crowd in society. So it's always about pleasing somebody else, but in the same breath, they don't want to lose themselves. So that's exactly what with his father he did. He was trying to please his father, and his father was riding the coattail of the unicorn, and you could tell by the way he moved. You know what I mean? You could tell by the way his dad moved on that one. Mm-hmm. How you gonna have somebody else's wife posing for your company?
Yeah.
Without telling him. It's a surprise. Okay, right, bro. Nah, that was a conversation. If we so in tune, our connection, we should no.
But he saw it.
I do.
He saw
I
it.
agree.
Yeah, he saw it.
Mm-hmm. But he didn't want to say anything.
He didn't want to say anything. Harper tried to tell him.
I heard somebody say the daddy should have just married the unicorn. The way he was up her ass, why he didn't just take her?
Yeah,
I think he would have.
Yeah.
If she didn't blow up the resort on her way out.
Yeah.
That part was funny. I love that shit. When the shit, she was like,
yeah. She exhaled.
I was like,
she exhaled at its finest.
Really? She had her moment.
She did.